In this episode, CityJo Kathleen finds a school principal who talks to bees.
CityJo Shahira finds herself among 1,000 cameras from the world's largest to the smallest 11-gram camera.
CityJo Morag finds mental counselling has now gone mobile on wheels.
And CityJo Bruce finds a little-known bakery that makes the best mooncakes he's ever eaten.
Hello guys and welcome to SG Now. Our first story today promises to create a real buzz.
Buzz, yes, Khai. It's about beekeeping and honey making.
CityJo Kathleen visited her bee-amazed garden to talk to beekeeper Mr. John Chong and learnt why he started a bee farm here in Singapore.
Oh, wait. Isn't he afraid of getting stung by bees on like a daily basis?
Well, I think he wears that big hazmat-looking suit, so, it's
Yes,
fine.
I know the one you're talking about. So let's go and join CityJo Kathleen in a big hazmat suit herself at Be Amazed and find out more. Over to you.
Have you ever met a teacher turned beekeeper? I definitely haven't. It's a sunny day today. Be prepared to be amazed.
With the help of the founder of Be Amazed, he showed me around his farm. With so much experience on his sleeves, we had to get his words of wisdom. John has been an MOE teacher for 37 years. Upon retiring, he started going into beekeeping and education. I began to wonder if I could actually extract honey myself. But how was the question?
Welcome to Be Amazed Garden. I'm John Chong. I'm the founder of Be Amazed Garden and my very own brand of honey. It's called My Honey. I started my teaching career when I was 20 years old, from being a beginning teacher to a PE teacher, a science teacher, a PE teacher, head of PE department, and I was also a school leader. I was a vice principal for 2 different schools. Beekeeping is an extension of what I do. I love being an educator. I love motivating others, especially students, and I find it so fulfilling using bees.
So it's like mashing up your passion for teaching.
Yes, this is something I learned. I could teach science or PE, I could run a school, but beekeeping is totally new to me. So learning is a lifelong journey, right? So I find it totally fulfilling and also encouraging for me. And it makes me want to get out of bed to do something like this, and I want to do it until I'm out of this world.
I spent a wonderful day with him, from dispelling myths of bees to honey tasting.
I have good news for you, Kathleen. You can be a beekeeper. So right now, I'd like to invite you to go for the up-close and personal inspection of my honeybees. Would you like to do that?
Invitation accepted.
I had to understand his love of bees, so I decided to take the plunge and face my fear. I suited up and visited the apiary. In one of our discussions, he spoke about many innovative ways to integrate bees into our community through community gardens, beekeeping as a CCA, and most importantly, creating job employment through modern keeping during this time.
So like when you relocate bees, you have to find the queen bee first?
Okay, sometimes finding the queen bee is difficult. Alright, so sometimes I don't bother looking for the queen bee. I just grab the whole colonies of bees.
Wow.
Kathleen, the beekeeper.
Bees are surprisingly docile and gentle by nature. They don't disturb you. Of course, after being one with the bees, we had to taste its produce. Honey from different flowers have different flavors and textures.
By the way, this is 100% Singapore honey from 100% Singapore bees. Alright, and come, let's taste them. And do you know that?
Wow, it's not excessively sweet.
Yes.
It was quite an amazing experience for me. Thank you so much for the visit, John.
It's my absolute honor and pleasure.
I left the farm with a newfound love for bees and admiration for amazing people like John, who is so passionate about what he does. Unique people I meet like him make the work I do worthwhile. Do visit Be Amazed Garden. This has been Kathleen for Singapore One.
See? Big hazmat suits.
I see that, Khai. You like the big hazmat
I do.
suits. And it does look like a great place to learn more about bees and actually a place where you can buy some genuine Singapore honey. I love honey.
She loves honey. Okay, my honey buns. Our next story sees CityJo Syah teaming up with CityJo Bruce to visit the Click Art Museum.
Yes, the Click Art Museum is a must-visit in Singapore for anyone interested in photography or cinematography. It has a replica of the largest camera in the world and the smallest. It also has some really interesting cameras, Khai, like a walking stick camera, a spy camera, and did you know it has a pigeon camera?
That pigeon? I've never heard of a pigeon camera, but pigeonhole, yes.
Yes, no, not that one. But on that note, it also has a 3D camera. And check this out. It has a pistol camera.
Oh, wow, so exciting.
It's exciting, right? Okay, let's take a look and find out more about this pigeon camera as well, right? Over to you.
Hi guys! So recently I've been really into photography, but the only camera that I have is my phone, and I want to learn more about cameras, and that's why I'm at the Click Art Museum today. And I have a friend who is also really into photography.
What's up, Singapore?
Hi Bruce! Bruce is here with me today to check out this museum. Bruce, are you excited?
Of course I'm super excited. Woo!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Hi, I'm Ram, owner of Vintage Camera Museum and Click Art Museum, Singapore. I'm collecting for more than 20 years. At the moment, Singapore Museum, we have about 1,000 cameras. And I do have a lot of cameras outside the museum. My father, he loves photography. He gifted one of his cameras, asked me if I want to start shooting, I can do it. Actually, I love the toy more than shooting, so I started collecting. That's one thing. And the other thing, my cousin, he was basically an artist. So, he used to say that cameras are their enemy by profession, In olden days, a lot of professional artists, normally who do this portrait, they all lost their job and they even commit suicide and all this. So he used to say that, okay, I have to do something unique for my enemy. And during that discussion, we thought, okay, why don't we set up a museum in the way what others have not done it. Normally what we do is we collect from the fellow collectors, and once people know that you're collecting, then the other people will approach like, okay, I want to let go my collection, or I want to sell my grandfather's camera or something like that. Then afterwards you can find some rare and unique cameras in auction houses and other places. All of them are paid collections, yes. Of course, it's a hefty sum.
You'll be able to see how cameras have evolved through the years here. There are also plenty of unique cameras, of which the pigeon camera being one of Mr. Ram's favorites. The pigeon camera is an interesting one because it is the world's first drone camera, and it is also called the spy pigeon. When I first saw the gun, I was pretty shocked because what was the gun doing in a camera museum? Then I found out that it was the Japanese gun camera, and it was given to soldiers to train them to shoot people before they were given real guns. We have the world's smallest camera and the world's largest camera in the same museum.
Is that the Titanic?
The The friendly staff also taught us how to use some of the cameras, and we had fun not only being behind the camera, but also being in front of it. After checking out the wide range of cameras, have some fun taking really funny pictures.
And now the Oscars go to Shahira!
If you are unsure on what to do for your next pose, don't worry because there are guides on the floor and wall for you to follow. So Bruce, what are your thoughts on this museum?
I tell you, it's very cool. Throughout the ages, you can see that camera has really evolved. You know, photography or cinematography has come a very long way. I'm so happy that nowadays we have cameras that shoot very high resolution or pixels, right? Compared to the pictures that we were getting from years ago, which was very grainy. Now you have crystal clear pictures of you and your loved ones.
Yeah, and there are so many different kinds of cameras that I didn't even know existed, like the spy cams in the canes and the super tiny ones, and this really big one over here.
Yeah, the tiny one, I'm very impressed. It's so small,
Yeah.
you know, you can actually hide in your pocket and no one will even notice.
It's so tiny, and yeah, that's how they make the spy cams, Bruce. Be careful, there could be cameras everywhere.
Yeah, I was thinking of talking about small cameras putting in a pocket.
No, don't do that. This has been CityJo Syah and
CityJo Bruce.
signing off.
Thanks, Syah and Bruce. You know, I had no idea there were so many types of unusual cameras.
I know, and I think that my favorite was actually the pigeon camera. And it's just so amazing to think that an apothecary called Julius Nobrana came up with that in 1907 to do aerial photography, and at that time, nobody thought that it would catch on.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of pigeons delivering messages, not taking photographs. But today, we have drones, everyone. You know, don't need to strap a camera on that poor pigeon anymore, right?
Yes, please. And now we're strapping cameras around pigeons. So it's probably for the best. Anyway, moving on. For our next story, we hunt down a very unique van you might see driving around Queenstown. It's called the Safe Pod, and on board is well, I'll let CityJo Morag tell you for herself. Take it away.
Wandering around Queenstown constituency these past few days, it seems pretty much like any other constituency in Singapore, but I hear it has one thing unique that you find nowhere else in Singapore. It has a safe pod. Someone has said to me that they've seen a van around block 161. I'm not seeing anything. I've asked a lot of people about this mysterious safe pod, and everyone seems to give me a different answer. They all seem to have heard of it, but from what I can figure out, this van moves around a lot. I've got to go and find it. Let's try safe pod. Safe pod. Queenstown. There we go. And this must be the van. Oh, well, I won't miss that. And finally, I have seen the banner. It's the Safe Pod is here today in Lenki Community Club, and I cannot wait to find out what goes on inside it and what I might learn about my mental health. Okay, let's just go and park the car and pay a visit.
They're setting up when I arrive. Phil from Lions Befrienders says that today they won't actually be using the van, but he happily tells me about its purpose and the special AI tool they use to help assess your mental health. On hand are counsellors and befrienders, so if you have any questions to ask about the Safe Pod or any concerns, you can talk to them. Everybody seems very friendly and willing to help. The Safe Pod van is pretty noticeable out in the car park. If it were in your neighbourhood, you'd certainly notice it. I have to admit that I'm a bit disappointed not to get to experience the safe and cosy atmosphere of the van itself today, but I do want to try the facial recognition software. So I'm heading back into the CC.
Okay, so Phil, what do we do here?
Must look at you,
oh, must look at me. I must look
okay,
at the camera.
yeah,
Okay,
right.
I see my features are highlighted.
Yes, highlighted, and we see all the dots, right? So these are all the areas, and so it detect your mood.
So it just focuses on my face. I don't have to touch anything. I don't have to do anything.
No, you don't have to. Yeah.
Okay.
And from there, you can see what are the positive expressions and negative.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it
shows
takes us
you-
a snapshot.
Yeah.
Oh,
And from
okay.
there, so yours is like more in the central area, this and that. So yeah.
So that's
on
good.
average, quite calm. It's quite good honesty. Yeah. So when a person's lack of coping strategy, the person may came from a high stress level, and in the long run, it will actually go into depressive mood. So this is where we detect clients with early signs of maybe depressions,
And you can intervene
anxieties.
quickly.
Yes. So what we do is that we can actually refer them to a counsellor. The counsellor can conduct the counselling sessions either virtually or in physical.
And the counselling sessions are absolutely free.
It's free also.
I've been reassured that my mental health is good. I'm a bit surprised because, to be honest, I'm quite stressed today. Not a lot of things have gone right. But it gave you an answer very quickly, and it was very simple, no needle poking. I wonder if everyone has the same positive experience that I've had. I think I should go and ask some of the residents what they think about it. Let's go and find some. What do you think about this initiative?
It's good. It's good. Yeah. Hopefully, it will help to detect people with hidden depression.
Do you feel a bit better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I came, I was in distress. But after I went there, I talked to them, I feel really, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You can get help.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's something easy to access. You know,
Yeah.
when it's like you said, you just come downstairs. Might be too, it depends on who's looking.
Okay.
This kind of thing have a social stigma.
And the problem right now is getting help is very tough. It's very expensive, and it's still, I think, a stigma. So they just ride around in their van. They do it for free. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
So, the Safe Pod is coming to a neighbourhood near you in January. You should look out for it. And don't be shy, don't be afraid to go in and have a talk to somebody, because they're there to help you. And from my own experience today, I've been reassured that my mental health is good. I have coping strategies, and hopefully that will be the result you get too. This is Morag McGee, CityJo, and I've been having a great and very interesting time today discovering all about the Safe Pod.
Thanks, Morag. You know, we hear a lot about how artificial intelligence running amok in movies such as Matrix, Terminator. So it's nice to see an example where AI is actually benefiting people.
Yeah, exactly, Khai. Now, if you want to find out more about SafePod, we have put the link in the description.
Okie dokie, our final story. Sharda, do you like mooncakes?
Of course, I love mooncakes.
What type of mooncake?
Okay, I like the chocolatey type and the one with yuzu filling.
Oh, nice. I like the ice cream mooncakes.
Sounds
Nice,
like
right?
you.
Yeah.
Sounds like you.
But you know what? CityJo Bruce, he's not going to feature those. He thinks that the traditional ones are still the real deal.
Wow, okay. Here's Bruce to tell us all about what he calls OMG Mooncakes. Take it away, Bruce.
What's up, Singapore? If I were to ask you to describe a mooncake to me, chances are you would tell me that it is a round baked pastry filled with lotus paste that can only be bought during Mid-Autumn Festival. What if I tell you that there is a mooncake out there that has skin as flaky as a Tau Sar Piah? Would you believe me? No? Come, let me show you where you can get it. Chuanxi Bakery, a traditional Hainanese delicacy shop located at level 1 of McPherson Mall, serves authentic Hainanese pork chop rice and beef stew. Come, let's go meet the boss.
Hi everyone, I'm Chong Suan. I'm the founder of Chuanxi Hainanese Delicacies. So my grandma came from Hainan Island in the year 1923, alright, and she has a bakery shop along Purvis Street, which is known as Nam Tong Li. So it's very famous among the Hainanese. And she will bake this Hainanese biscuit, which is also known as the Hainanese mooncake, only once a year. So after my grandma passed away at the age of 103, Nam Tong Lee unfortunately stopped the operations, and this biscuit just disappeared from the market. So that's why not many people know about this Hainanese flaky biscuit.
Pork chop rice, beef stew, they taste absolutely delicious. But Chuanxi is also known for another delicacy, their handmade Hainanese mooncakes.
So we have to put the flour into the mold, and also like coat a layer of flour onto all this dough lah, so to prevent sticking to the mold. You see? Then you stick a bit.
Oh my gosh, the smell of freshly baked Hainanese mooncake is absolutely bobecawa. Okay guys, so today I'm privileged to try my hands on how to make Hainanese mooncakes. There you go. Okay, good. All right, now my turn. Okay, excuse me, my turn, excuse me. Okay, and I put a bit of flour, right? So gently use the heel. Okay.
Wow.
Honestly, guys, this tastes so good. The 13 ingredients all mix up so very nicely, and it tastes simply amazing. There's a light, very pleasant taste of tangerine on my palate. And you know what's the best part of all? It has a peppery aftertaste. Simply amazing. Traditions are important because it helps us to build values, aspirations, and beliefs. It also helps us to form a sense of identity. Guys, let us all do our part in keeping our traditions alive. This is Bruce for Singapore One.
I think Bruce could easily have a second career as a cook or a baker. He was like so natural with that mooncake mold, right?
I totally agree. I was looking at how he was enjoying that mooncake until Bo Pei Chow.
Bo Pei Chow, what is Bo Pei Chow?
Well, it means super sure, out of this world, the best, but literally in Hokkien it means no horse run.
Ah, okay. Well, another meaning for ciao. Ciao in Italian means goodbye. So ciao Bella, ciao beautiful.
See you again on SG Now.
Yes,
Bye.
thank you for joining us on another episode. Goodbye.